Hi everyone, my name is Ogi from Kochi Visitors and Convention Association. I'll be presenting the tourist information of Kochi Prefecture today. At first, I'll explain about the location of Kochi Prefecture. Kochi, shown here in red, is located on the southern side of Shikoku Island in western Japan. The most popular places in Shikoku for foreign tourists are Naoshima and Iya Valley, which is quite close to Kochi. Here's the flight information. We don't have international flight, only domestic flights that connect to 6 airports at the moment. The most convenient way to come to Kochi by plane is from a Haneda Airport, as we have 10 flights per day with Japan Airlines and ANA. However, due to the COVID-19, several flights are not operated during a certain period, so we need to check the flight information carefully. Here are train lines. From Kansai area, a Shinkansen bullet train is available from Shin-Osaka Station to Okayama Station, and a local express train will take you to Kochi. This trip takes about 5 hours. Now, I'll introduce a little bit about the culture and character of Kochi people. As you can see Shikoku Island by Google Earth here, Kochi is surrounded by all the mountains to the north. Actually, 84% of the land in Kochi is covered by mountains and facing the Pacific Ocean to the south. This rich and wild nature makes Kochi people cheerful, energetic, and easygoing, and also known for their generosity. Speaking of unique culture here in Kochi, they really love to drink sake. That's why we have several events related to sake. And one of them is Tosa no Okyaku. Tosa is former name of Kochi, and Okyaku generally means guest. But in Kochi, it also means parties which are held for celebrations or seasonal events. This Tosa no Okyaku event, the other way to say drinking party event, is held in the beginning of March every year. People occupy shopping arcade with tables like this and just eating and drinking on the floor. And once getting drunk, they're gonna be like this. Hey, crazy people! They already got drunk and it's very funny. They use even street trams as a venue of the event, and Kochi people love sake too much, so finally created even a god like this. Thanks God. This is a drunken god and its name is Berber God. Berber describes a person who are being so much drunk. Can you believe it? People in Kochi, especially who participated in this event, worship this Berber god so much. It's very funny culture, isn't it? Aside from Tosa no Kyaku events, there are other sake-related events in Kochi where locals and tourists both can join, but no worries, people in Kochi will never force others to drink, so everyone can enjoy the occasion. If you are interested in this kind of events, just let me know so that we can provide more information about it. From this slide, I'll introduce some of the many outdoor activities Kochi has to offer. The first activity is what we call canoe trekking operated at Shimanto River, which is considered to be the last pristine river in Japan. Since there is no dam and less concrete barriers around the river, a lot of wildlife can be found here. You can stay on the water and just relax while enjoying the timeless atmosphere, listening to the songs of the birds and the sound of the river. There are several programs, including 2, 3, and 5 day tours. Depending on the season, it's possible to arrange a customized tour. In this tour, you will camp in tents by the riverside. We also have river kayak at Shimanto River, and also near the river, which is the most cleanest and clearest river in Japan. And also SUP, stand-up paddleboard at the Shimanto River and near the river. And canyoning through caves and rivers at near the river, and river rafting as well. All of these river activities come in both full-day and half-day tours with English guides. At the seaside, you can also take sea kayak tour. English guide is also available. And of course, cycling as well. You can run through a variety of natural beauty. The next activity is related to a pilgrimage called Henro. Henro is a journey to the 88 sacred temples of Shikoku Island taken by the Buddhist monk Kukai 1200 years ago. The pilgrim road runs for about 1200 kilometers if walked and passes through all 4 prefectures on Shikoku. Upon completion of the pilgrimage, it is said that one can find themselves and be freed of earthly desires. Some describe it as a journey of the mind. For most travelers, of course, it's impossible to walk all the way at once, so for the experience, you can walk only a part of the route at a time. You can even walk by yourself with a digital or printed route guide which is prepared by our association. We have two routes, A and B. Both are approximately 15 kilometers and visit several temples. On the right of this slide, you can see sample images of the route guide. You can see the photos of the street and follow the arrow for the direction where you should proceed. The map is also inserted so that you won't get confused and lost. We will provide this guide upon your request. We are currently under development for some other routes and will be ready for it by the end of March 2021. This is a mini version of original hero walk. Many versions were created for the people who are not able to take the original hero due to the lack of money or time. Such routes were made in local villages and 88 sun statues were placed to represent 88 temples. This mini hero can be found across Kochi and some of them can be walked today. Most mini hero routes travel through local villages, farmland and small mountains. You can see the countryside and village lifestyle, which some consider to be the real Japan. Next is Japanese Buddhism with the Zen experiences at temples. First is a temple tour with a monk guide. This temple, Chikurinji, is designated as the 31st temple of hero pilgrimage. You will ring temple bell, learn the manner and ways of praying, practice chanting sutras, enter the main building, which is normally not allowed, learn about the guest room building and its garden, meditate, and finally enjoy some tea and sweets. This tour is about 2 hours long. Next is Iwamotoji Temple, which is the 37th temple of Hera pilgrimage. This temple's main building has a unique ceiling with almost 600 paintings gathered from across Japan in 1978 when the temple was renovated. Also, they offer a fire ritual experience, which gives you the opportunity to reflect on yourself, think about changing your mindset, and releasing earthly desires. This temple also has lodgings called shukubo, so that you can stay overnight. This temple, Ganjoji, is located next to the Shimanta River. The monk here offers the Zen training and Shakyo experience programs. The Zen is a kind of special meditation, and Shakyo involves of copying Buddhist scriptures. The monk in charge of this program is Mr. Ita. He lived in San Francisco for several years and can speak very good English. Upon customer's preference, he can do the Zen at the riverside like this, or even in the water. This could be a unique experience for your customers. From here, I'll discuss traditional craft and architecture. One of the most popular craft experiences for foreign tourists in Kochi is blacksmithing at workshop Kurogane. The master of Kurogane speaks English and the workshop is held in English. You can make your own knife and bring it back home with you or have them ship it to your home. You can even make the knife from iron sand, although it takes 3 or 4 days. If you have any special interest customers for this kind of activity, we recommend introducing this workshop to them. Next is Japanese paper called washi. Kochi Prefecture is famous for washi and many believe that the history is more than 1,000 years. Kochi's washi is very thin but quite strong, and because of this special quality, they are used at the Louvre Museum in France for conservation and restoration of their collection. This washi studio Kamikoya is owned by a Dutch man, Mr. Rogel. He's been working with washi for almost 40 years here in Kochi and is designated as a Kochi Master Craftsman. This workshop offers washi making experience. He will teach you not only how to make washi, but also about the materials he grows himself. The washi you make will be sent to you once the drying process has finished. In the same town as Kamikoya, there are many unique buildings designed by the architect Kengo Kuma, who designed the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Stadium, although the Olympic itself has been postponed. He has built 5 buildings in this town, such as the library in this slide, and this is the gallery, a miniature of the building, and information related to the buildings in this town designed by Kengo are displayed. On the left here, we have local produce market with a hotel above it, and on the right is Yusara Town Hall. This is the Kabuki Hall that Kengo Kuma was inspired and affected a lot to change his mindset to use more natural materials. Walking tour around the town with English guide is available to know about the history of this town and the relationship with Kengo Kuma. We also have many opportunities to enjoy homestay with locals. This is a traditional Japanese house which is about 300 years old. The owner is the elderly couple in this photo. Will entertain you with delicious food made with local materials. They can also arrange meals for vegetarians. Aside from the traditional Japanese house, there are many farmers' houses where travelers can stay. Those houses are located mostly in rural areas and surrounded by beautiful nature. Your customer can enjoy communication with the locals and also the local fresh foods. You can experience the real Japan here in the real farmers' homes. Next, we will discuss Kochi's cuisine. Kochi has plenty of nature, therefore we also have a wide variety of fresh food such as seafood, especially bonito is very famous, and the mountains produce many kinds of vegetables and fruits, especially citrus fruits such as yuzu, and Tosa red cow beef is also worth trying, which is produced at a limited rate of 470 cows per year. Kochi also has 18 local sake breweries which make sake with crystal clear water. Most of the sake made in Kochi has a dry taste which enhances the flavor of food. We can arrange a pairing dinner of local fresh foods and local sake. This is Sunday Market. This market has been running for more than 300 years and stretched about 1 kilometer. There are about 500 stalls and offering from fresh vegetables to fruits to seafood to local sweets like mochi and sweet potato tempura and even local craft products. It's a great opportunity to talk with local farmers and producers. This is Hirame Market. This is a kind of food market and we can say this place is the heart and soul of Kochi people. There are about 65 stalls and you can take local specialty food and Japanese sake or other beverages. The recommended way to enjoy the market is to buy food and drinks from several stalls and bring them to one of the many tables set up around the market. Since Kochi locals love to drink, as I mentioned at the beginning of this presentation, it's not unusual to see people drink from noontime here. As we have pandemic issue at the moment, the number of people to take at one table is limited to keep a social distance. And you must wear a face mask if you walk inside the market. As I mentioned earlier, there are 18 sake breweries in Kochi and some are welcome to guests for brewery tour and tasting. It's better to visit those breweries with English-speaking guides so that you can have better understanding. There are several types of sake in each brewery, including the one with just fruits and even ginger. You can enjoy tasting with talking to the staff or sometimes the president of the brewery and learn about the future of each sake. This is craft beer brewery named Blue Brew Tap Room. This brewery is owned by Japanese American Ken Mukai and his wife Musako and opened in last November. He uses local materials for its ingredients and makes several types of unique local beers. Since there is canyoning side and also walking side at the beautiful gorge called Nakatsu Gorge nearby, it would be great to have beer at Blue Brew after those activities. Now, we have a message videos from some service operators which is included in this presentation. Please have a look.
Alright, good day. My name is Hiro. Everybody calls me Rangi from Sugoi Sports. We are based at right by the Nyoto River, one of the clearest river in Japan. We do stand-up paddleboard tours down river from level 1 to level 3, which is for the experts as well. We do 1-day tour and also half day and also multi-day, so you can come over and stay and chill as well. We'll be waiting for you. Come after Corona and welcome you guys. Come and let's have fun with us. All right, cheers.
イエーイ这边就是绿。
My name is Nobuya Hayashi. I'm blacksmith in my workshop. Workshop name is Kurogane. Here is my workspace. It's a project place. Okay, do it now. Faster. If you can hear, maybe we can enjoy knife making.
I'm Ken, and this is Masako, and we run Mukai Craft Brewing up here in the mountains of Nyoto Gaucho. This is our tap room, Blue Brew, and hopefully you can come and join us for some of our delicious beer. Hi guys, so this is our brewery. We have a 600-liter microbrewery up here, way up in the deep mountains of Kochi, and this is where it all happens, right over here. There you go.
How was it? They are waiting for you to come over once this pandemic is settled. From here, I'll show you the images of routes how you can go around Kochi and Shikoku Island. You can start the trip from Osaka and cross into Shikoku Island via Okayama City and visit Nashima first and then come down to Kochi City. On the way down to Kochi City, you can drop by Iya Valley as well. Once you arrive at Kochi City, you can visit Hiromi Market, Sunday Market if it's on Sunday, Kochi Castle, Shukuinji Temple, and one-day Hero pilgrimage experience. After Kochi City, you will head to Nyodo River and Nakatsu Gorge. At Nyodo River, you can down the river with stand-up paddleboard or a river kayak tour, and you can also take mini version of Hero trekking. At Nakatsu Gorge area, you can take gorge walking along this path which stretches about 2 kilometers, and also canoeing at upper stream of the walking path. After those activities, you can have local craft beer at Blue Brew Tap Room. After Nakatsu Gorge area, you will head to Isara Town where 5 buildings designed by the architect King Okuma are situated. You can also make your own wash paper at Kamikoya owned by Kochi Master Craftsman Mr. Rogio. After Isara Town, you can head to Matsuyama City where the oldest onsen in Japan is located, and go up to Onomichi through Shimonami Road and go back to Okayama City. Next one is also from Okayama City and coming down to Kochi. That route until Isara Town is exactly the same as the previous slide, but in this case, you will come down to Shimanto River after Isara Town so that you can take blacksmith experience, canoe trekking, and the Zen experience at the river. After Shimanto River Basin, you will head to Kochi Airport to go to next destination or international airport to end your trip. On the way to Kochi Airport, you can also drop by Iwamotoji Temple, which has a unique ceiling, and also take a sea kayak tour at the Pacific Ocean. Those routes that I showed you here are just images so that you can have rough ideas how to go around Shikoku and Kochi. I can make more detailed sample routes including other places that are not included in this presentation. So if you would like me to work for your itinerary, please let me know as my contact detail is indicated in the last slide of this presentation. Next thing I would like to share with you is the current situation of coronavirus in Kochi. Kochi Prefecture has a population around 700,000, and we've seen 721 cases of infection and 630 recoveries. Most facilities have implemented the prevention measures, including wearing masks, installation of hand sanitizers, keeping social distance when standing in the line, and installation of transparent plastic screens at reception desks and cashier lanes. We hope eventually the situation will improve and we all can go back to business as usual. More information can be found on the website and the social media of Visit Kochi Japan, and you can contact me directly using the details shown here. I can provide more information, such as sample route based on your customer's preference, and provide photos and video materials for your promotional activities. If you have any questions or requests, please feel free to contact me. Okay, so this is it for the presentation from Kochi. I hope this presentation will work well for you. Thank you.